So you are looking to acquire some new customers for your service-based business by utilizing the power of Google and Facebook ads. And that's great because I've been doing this for the past 4 years and it is a very effective way of gaining new customers for your business if done correctly. Okay, you can easily waste a lot of money with Facebook and Google ads if you don't follow a proper strategy. Okay, so let's dig into it. So this document will be available for download in the description if you want to have it as a PDF to easily follow as you go. But basically this strategy gives the overview of how we're going to tackle it on Facebook and Google together. In summary, 80% of our spend is going to go towards Google ads. The reason for this is when people are searching on Google for a service specifically, they typically need it sooner rather than later. Their intent is high. Okay, so when someone searches on Google, they need that action being completed very soon. So when your service pops up, they're more likely to click and go through the purchase straight away because they need it quickly. Whereas the difference with advertising on Facebook is Facebook advertising is done on impressions. Facebook shows it to the person who is most likely to convert to a customer, but they don't actually need it then and there. They're literally scrolling on a social media platform trying to entertain themselves. But as long as your ad is targeted correctly, they'll be most likely to convert into a customer. But for the sake of this and for the sake of your business, we're going to use Google as the main driver of acquisition, the main driver of customers, and then we're going to remarket these customers on Facebook who do not convert the first time. And trust me, most of them won't convert the first time. The purchasing journey of users is getting longer and longer. People like to compare and contrast, but if we can then remarket with them with a suitable advert on Facebook and we can keep your offer, your business fresh in their minds, then they're more likely to go with you. So that's the whole premise of this. So we start with Google as our main driver of acquisition, and then for those people who don't convert the first time, which many of them won't, we remarket them on Facebook with a good offer, and I'll go into it in more detail. But let's start off with Google to begin. So the breakdown of Google is as follows. We are going to be using 3 different campaigns. So we have a title campaign, a service campaign, and a competitor campaign. So I've made a video here, which can be seen here, where I go over in detail how you want to make this campaign, and I even do some live keyword research for a potential new client who I have no experience with before. So I'm doing it as if I was in the same position as you, doing it for the very, very first time. And it's quite interesting to see. But to break it down briefly, the title campaign is the title of your business. So the example I gave in this video was a dentist. So the sort of searches you have for dentist mean I personally would always say dentist, other people would say dental clinic, and other people would say dental care. So you need to go through and do your keyword research in order to identify the different search terms people use for the title of your business. Okay, so this is our main general campaign as such. The next one is a specific service campaign. So within your business, you might have just one service, and if that's the case, you'll only have one ad group. But most likely you offer a multitude of different services that are similar to that niche. Okay, for the example of this, for the example of our dentist, we have a root canal treatment ad group, a periodontal treatment, and oral surgery treatment. In the video I created, we actually started with these 3 ad groups, and then once we did some Google Ads keyword research, we found out there was multiple ways to say these different ad groups. So we started with 3 ad groups and we ended about with 10 different ad groups. Okay, so you want to make sure watch that video and you'll see the importance of how I strategize Google Ads keyword research to find different ways people search on Google. It's very important if you don't want to miss out on customers. And the third campaign is a competitor campaign. So this is a bit less common of a campaign, but it's one I've had quite a lot of success with previous clients. In summary, a competitor campaign is when you're bidding on your competitors' brand names. So for the example of the dentist we used, our first competitor was Longwell Green Dentist. The second competitor was Hallfield Dental Care, and the third competitor was Queen Square Dental Clinic. So although we had 3 different competitors, when we did our keyword research, we found out there was actually quite a lot of different ways to say Longwell Green Dentist, Hallfield Dental Care, and Queen Square Dental Clinic. So that shows the importance of your Google Ads keyword research. Just in summary of Google, although I've only got 3 ad groups per campaign, you can have as many as you need. Don't limit it to 3, please don't do that. In fact, you want to have as many ad groups as possible with extremely similar keywords within each. Because when we have similar keywords in our ad groups, we can have very similar ad copy. And when our ad copy is specific to the search the user is putting into Google, they are more likely to click on your ad than your competitors. Being specific as possible with Google Ads is key to success. So that summarizes Google Ads. So we have 80% of spend going to this because we have high intent with people searching on Google. But what if they don't convert the first time, which most of them won't? Okay, the buying journey is longer than you expect, and people want to trust you, and they also want to know you are a figure of authority in your industry. So this is exactly what we do with our Facebook ads. We build the trust, we build the authority, and we reduce the friction that people may have in order to convert into a customer. So let's break this down. So Facebook ads, we have just one campaign with one ad group. Okay. What we can do to start with this campaign is we are only remarketing all of our website visitors in a 30-day period. And then within the ad group, we have 4 different ads, each with a totally different angle that we're going to approach them with. The first one, we're using social proofing. So for this example, we want to show them how many good 5-star Google or Trustpilot reviews we have. Because what that does, it shows you as a figure of authority, and obviously other people have given you such a good review. Why wouldn't you give them the same experience those people have had? Social proofing is really powerful, and it's sort of like the herd effect. Would you go for a product that has 0 reviews or 500 reviews? Reviews are really important, so you want to gain as many as possible, and then you want to show them off in your advertising. The second one is a case study angle. So what we're going to do here, we can either have an image or a video ad on Facebook showing a success story of a previous customer that has used your service. So this gives a good example to be a bit more specific with your service and show them the details and the intricate reasons why they would want to use your product over your competitors. So our third one is a irresistible offer. Your offer within your business is extremely important. The aim with your offer is to make the user think, I would be stupid not to go for that offer because it's so good. Advertising is one thing with you just a basic offer, but if you're advertising with an offer that is really, really good, the results you are going to get in the end are going to be so much better and so much easier to achieve if your offer is good. And the best thing about creating a really good offer is it costs £0 in comparison to the ad spend you'll be using or losing if you don't have a good offer. And the final angle we're going to go with the Facebook ads is a powerful guarantee. Your powerful guarantee basically reverses the risk. When someone purchases something online, either a product or service that they've not used before, they are taking a risk with that business because they don't fully trust you and they don't fully know they're going to get what they want from you. The only reason in business why a person would choose your product is because they believe the perceived value of that product or service is greater than the monetary value you are asking for. So if they're going to risk that capital in order to use your product, to buy your product or service, then what you want to do in order to take that risk away from them is put it on yourself. It shows that you're really confident in your product or your service and gives them very, very little reason why not to purchase from you. So I am going to be doing a video where I break down these important factors that you need to consider when you're advertising, because social proofing, case studies, having a good offer and having a good guarantee costs nothing to create. But the money that you will bring in from your advertising will increase tenfold from spending 0. So you want to make sure you have these in place, and I will do a full video breaking these down in the future. So that's overall the summary of what we're going to do with the Google ads and the Facebook ads. So what are the next steps as the campaign progresses? So if Google is performing well, what we want to do is expand the top performing ad groups. So say one ad group is bringing in a lot of leads, a lot of conversions, then we want to expand that ad group and do some more further keyword research that we may not have had in the beginning. And if that ad group is doing really well itself, we want to separate it out into its own campaign so it can take more budget, and we can put budgets specifically to that top performing service in the ad group. Similar to that, we want to review our top performing ad copy and make new variations of this. I don't have a video on optimizing ad copy, but I will go through and make one, so make sure you subscribe to see that one. And then finally, if Google is performing well, what you can do is expand onto other advertising platforms such as Bing. Bing is often overlooked because not many people think to use Bing. But if your service is aimed at the older generation, you'll be surprised how many of the older generation use Bing, and you're missing out on potential customers if you don't advertise on the platform. From working in marketing, and every Google Ads client I have had, we have typically expanded onto Bing ads and seen really good success. So if you are using Google Ads now, then you should also consider going onto Bing. And a good way to see if you have potential on the Bing advertising platform is to just go into your Universal Analytics, go to your source and medium, and then click on organic and finally Bing, and you can see the conversion rate you are getting from that platform in organic. And I've seen conversions rates of up to 25% organically with Bing. So you really want to check that one out and consider using Bing if you're already using Google Ads. So finally, what the next steps are with Facebook is, if Facebook's performing well as just simple retargeting, then we want to increase the spend. Because if we're getting good performance, then you want to put your money where the customers are coming from. And similar to Google, we want to expand the variations of the top performing ad groups. So for this example, say we have these 4 different angles here. So say the case study one is really doing well, and we only have one case study in there. Then we want to get another case study, or even another case study. We want to find a winning sort of adverts and expand on them. That is the premises of growing and increasing your return on investment with advertising on Google or Facebook. So the next thing we can do with Google is we can retarget specific service pages on your website rather than all website visitors. Okay, up here I have our ad group is targeting all website visitors within 30 days. And the reason I have this is just to keep it a little bit more simple, and the amount of people going onto your specific services pages may not be that big. So it may be more beneficial to just advertise to your website as a whole rather than your specific service page. But if you have a lot of traffic going to a website, then I would definitely consider advertising the specific service pages, because you can also be more specific with the case study you give to that user, and it can be more relevant to the specific page they have visited. Like I said with Google, it is about being as specific as possible. This goes again for Facebook ads. Okay, and finally, in order to grow our Facebook, what we can do if we're seeing good results on a retargeting campaign, we can just make it a main acquisition campaign. And what I mean by this is, instead of just retargeting people off the website, we can use Facebook's interest targeting. So either people who have interest in dentistry or the dentist, or we can also use lookalikes and use it as a main driver of acquisition rather than just retargeting. Okay, but for a service-based business, I would just recommend testing this out to begin with. Don't go all guns blazing at it. Give it a test to begin with, because as I say, the higher intent is on Google, but then it's also good to remarket to people on Facebook who may not have converted the first time. Okay, so that is the summary of your service-based business marketing strategy for Facebook and Google Ads. There's also a video down at the bottom right hand corner here where I would go over a Google Ads ad copy framework, which you can use when you create your Google Ads campaign to create highly persuasive ad copy that will make the user convert. Okay. Again, this file will be available to download in the description, and yeah, subscribe for more, and I'll see you on the next one.